Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. New Zealand dollar plunges, S&amp P500 surges analysis http ntvforex.com news ID 67FED68122029 13:57 p.m. The New Zealand dollar has fallen against the US dollar as New Zealand records new community transmitted cases since the last time 102 days ago. New Zealand dollar pushing down against the US dollar as lockdown bites NBSP after a rally in risk on currencies. The New Zealand dollar has fallen over 0.75% over the past 2 days from its high from 0.6175 as the largest city in the country, Auckland, was put into a mandatory Level 3 lockdown for 3 days. For reference, New Zealand uses a 4-level system, with 4 being the most severe of lockdowns imposing a mandatory stay-at-home order for all citizens, with only essential workers such as nurses and doctors allowed to work. New Zealand citizens gearing up for another lockdown. Level 3 is less severe, however, it still imposes mandatory work from home orders if it is possible to do so. Schools and restaurants are closed. However, takeaways are allowed. Furthermore, only gatherings of 10 are permitted, with police roadblocks around the Auckland area to catch people going in and out of the city. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern urges citizens not to panic and panic buy at the supermarkets. However, queues have been seen stretching out the door at many supermarket chains, with police being required to be present to control the crowd of shoppers. Queues at the supermarket as shoppers react to the late-night bombshell from Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. New Zealand markets sell-off may be reactionary. NBSP in terms of the New Zealand dollar and New Zealand equities, this sell-off may be purely reactionary. New Zealand is doing far better than essentially every other country, including its bigger brother Australia. This may be a good time for bulls to enter the market. As we've seen with many other securities as of late, the market is quick to pounce on a beaten asset for the rebound. S&amp 500 and Nasdaq soldiering forward. NBSP. Meanwhile, in the United States, we see the market edge higher, with the Nasdaq and Dow Jones climbing back to their all-time highs on useful U.S. inflation data. However, the outperformer was the S&P 500, with cyclical assets such as energy stocks help push the index past its all-time highs. S&amp 500 pushes into positive territory year-to-date. NBSP. The S&amp 500 broke the 3,386 level, finishing the U.S. trading session just under 3,390, an all-time high. This is a familiar picture with investors and traders who have been following the markets for the past couple of months. Say the market rallies on good news regardless of the relevancy, with the market discounting the bad news citing Fed liquidity propping up assets. Regardless, the rally in equities has been astounding, proving the wrong unbelievers of the V-shaped recovery. Barry Jones, manager at the James Investment Research, stated that the rally in the equity markets has been absolutely amazing and that the market has done the V-shaped recovery that the economy has noted, with the stock market plowing right ahead. Futures pulled back slightly at the end of the U.S. session, most likely gearing up for the retail sales figure this Friday. A better-than-expected result will most likely see the Nasdaq push up above its record high of 11,286 and solidifying the S&amp 500's push above its all-time high. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://mt5.expert.advisors.